Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan, your hostess, and we're going to have some thrifty fun, but it's not like you normally see me do. Some of this is stuff that we have harvested out of our garden. Some of it came from the Amish community. Some of it was gifted to us, and then we did do a little bit of thrifting. So I'm going to tell you, we didn't spend a whole lot um, this week on the thrift store. I did pick up a few items that I thought we could use, and I am looking for clothing for me because I've gained a few pounds from all this colitis issues in the gut. But I do think that it's starting to heal and I'm getting back to normal. So we're going to keep working on that. I'll tell you a little bit about that along the way. And I'm trying to get my sugar under control. My sugar has been out of whack through this whole ordeal because I had to stop the medicines that I was taking for my diabetes. So we're going to get into that in a little bit also. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that along the way. But we're going to start with our vegetable haul. You may have already seen the video, but these are Detroit no, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I was out there looking at them this morning. These are the watermelon radishes. I cut this one open for the video, and I also cut up another one. This is what it's actually supposed to look like. And my biggest one weighed 7 ounces. Unbelievable. So these are going to be actually cooked. I'm going to use these in place of potatoes. We're going to try that out. It's a low carb option. So we're going to try that out, see how we like that. And that's going to be with a beef roast or a pork roast or something like that. We also harvested some of our bell peppers. And I have been actually using some of the bell peppers. I think I harvested about 8 or 9 of them already. And they have been in the refrigerator. And they are delicious, let me tell you. And I had to harvest one of my Black Beauty zucchinis. Had a vine borer. So this one was harvested. I did not measure it. But y'all can see that's where it was laying on its side against the rail. And I'm going to be cooking these today. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to show you a little bit more of what I have harvested and then what we bought at the Amish community. We had a dear friend. Well, actually, our neighbor brought us over 8 of these. We've already eaten 4 of them. They are yellow squash. Now, my squash has not come in yet. So that was really nice to get. I'm going to move these over. This morning, I have been harvesting some of my herbs. So this morning I went out and I harvested all of this basil. And I'm going to get it washed up and then we're going to dry it. We're going to let it to air dry. I've got a place set up and it was starting to flower to go to seed. So I wanted to make sure I picked that early on. Let me get all my squash back over here in that bowl. I might be doing a garden, grow it, cook it. That's hosted by Life in the Piedmont Homestead. That's Miss Tina. So I might be doing one of those with some of these vegetables. Now the Amish are getting their potatoes in. These are red potatoes. And we picked up a few of those. And I picked up some green beans. I'm going to be canning green beans. So that will be a video maybe next week. I'm not sure. I'm going to be working on them this week though to get all of this stuff processed before I go get any more, because I have tomatoes coming in, bell peppers coming in, the Detroit red beets. I'm going to let them go a little bit longer. I've got my zucchini out there that I'm growing for the Grow Big 24, and I've got all kinds of stuff to harvest. And my pumpkins, my watermelon, and my cantaloupe are going crazy vining, so I'm excited about that as well. Let me put this out of the way. So we did hit the Amish community up for some vegetables, but I also picked up a jar of this. Now this says homemade clover honey. It's $5. I knew it was cheap for honey. I suspected it was their homemade version of a honey, and this can actually be used in place of Karo in your recipes. So it's their version of it. It's not bad tasting. It is more of a consistency of a thicker syrup. So I pick this up occasionally just to have it on hand in place of that Karo syrup that we use in those yummy pecan pies in the fall. So that was another thing we bought there. We also bought our raw milk there. We didn't pick up any fresh bread this week. They didn't have any ready. And my doctor wants me on a low carb diet, so the bread's kind of gone to the wayside. Although I do have 2 loaves of bread in my freezer, and let me tell you what I do. I wrap them up in, my gallon bags and put them in the freezer, get all the air out. When I want hot, fresh bread, I take it out. I run it under cold water. I stick it on my oven shelf on 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Bring it out of the oven, and you would never know that it was frozen. It tastes and looks and feels just like fresh baked bread. So there's you a wonderful tip. Y'all don't know what all I have in store for you today. One other non-food item that we got at the Amish community, y'all, and I'm excited about this because it's on my wish list. I got a Johnny Apple sauce maker. It's all there. You can prepare, process, and create sauces with this. And it also had an extra accessory in here. It is a hand crank model because they don't use electricity, although you can order the motor for it. We paid $60 for this. Now this goes online anywhere from $99 on up. It just depends on which one that you pick up. And I'm super, super excited about it. Of course, it needs a bath. They've had it sitting outside, but it's got all the pieces and all the hardware and everything. And then they had a salsa screen that they threw in as well. And the manual's in here, so I'm excited about that. And see if I can get it back in the packaging. I don't know how it's supposed to go in here, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Get that in here, and then it doesn't matter. I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be cleaning it up, but it shows you on the package how to put it together, and I'm excited because now I can do my sauces and my tomatoes and everything that I'm going to be canning so much easier. Applesauce, my fruits and vegetables that I want to make into sauces. So I'm excited. And it has a 5-year warranty on the box. I don't know how long they've had it, but it's a great product. So $60, y'all. Save some money. For a week or two, Cocoa Bean has been very, very antsy, and she would pace back and forth, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with her. Last night, she looked my husband straight in the eyes, and her eyes are glazed over. I'm going to put a picture up here so you can see it. We don't know for sure that she's got cataracts or not, but my friend over at Garden State Garden State So and So, that is Miss Robin, said that her dog went through the same thing at an early age. Well, cataracts in dogs usually starts around 8 years of age. She's only 4. So what Robin told me was it was too much protein in her diet. So we're going to try to limit her protein for a little while and see if this clears up. If it does, we know that we cannot give her the treats that we have been giving her, and we're going to find an alternative to that. I don't believe it's the dog food itself, but I do believe it's all the treats. My husband likes to give them lunch meat and eggs, and I give them a little bit of raw milk occasionally, and they're getting other dog treats that have protein in it as well. So we're going to try that and see if it clears up. And if it does, I'll let you know in another video. Before we move on to our thrifty fun, the colitis was caused by the medication. I was being switched back and forth from the O drug to the M drug to the O drug to the M drug that everybody's using for diabetes and weight loss. The reason being that they couldn't get the supply chain going, and they kept switching me back and forth, and it messed up my my colon. And you know, you need your colon, you need your intestines to be working. That's part of your gut. And so they started throwing antibiotics at me. Well, I took 3 rounds of antibiotics. And the 3rd round, I went into a lupus flare. This cheek over here swole up. It was beet red. My eyes started itching. I had yeast infections, rashes breaking out all over my body. And so I knew that day I had to stop the medication. So we have assumed that I'm allergic to the medication, and that's going on my allergy list, which is yay long. And I told my doctor that I was going to try some natural remedies to see if I can help my gut to heal. She wants to send me to a GI doctor. So I am taking a slippery elm and comfrey tea. I make it up about a quart jar of it. I've had maybe 1 quart of it, and my system seems to be coming back to where it should be. So we're going to keep doing that regimen. I'm going to be avoiding seeds while I'm doing this, because seeds can aggravate the lining of your intestinal tract system and your stomach. And I'm going to be increasing a little bit of beans in my diet, not big bowls of beans, but little portions of beans throughout the day to kind of help with the fiber issue. That's my health update. We also had well issues. Y'all know we had well issues. We had a brass fitting on the pipes, and what happened was the water ate a hole in the side of this fitting. Well, it's a 1 3/4 inch pipe. They don't make that size anymore, so we had to come up with a solution that wasn't going to cost us $1,000 or more to replace. And my husband was able to get that hole plugged with a compound that will hold up to 1,500 pounds of pressure. So that should be enough to hold us for a little while until we can either replace the part or replace the guts in our well. We are also looking at putting in a hand pump. I don't know when this will take place, but we are looking at putting in a hand pump as well. That way, if anything ever happens to our well again, we have a hand pump that we can use. So those are some of the issues around here that's been going on. And, you know, things happen and you have to be prepared, and we were not prepared for this. So I told my husband we're going to have to figure out a way to be prepared for well issues in the future, plumbing issues in the house. We had a water leak in our guest bathroom that bumps up against our canning pantry. So we've got a wall in there that's got to be replaced, and flooring that has to be replaced in that room. And I've got canning jars sitting everywhere in my house. It's a mess, y'all. And I've got a dog that's partially blind at this point. What I did read about her was she may still be able to see. It's some kind of scoliosis. I'll put the little blurb in the video somewhere, or I'll put it down below so that you can read it. Do your own research. I'm trying to avoid a visit to the vet because we're talking $400, $500, $600 now. All right, we're going to get into the last part of our video, which is the thrifty fun. We went to 4 different thrift stores. I only bought stuff at 2 of them. I'm getting extremely picky about what I'm picking up, and I'm trying to limit it to things that we actually use. Now, occasionally I find something like that butter churn a few weeks ago that we just couldn't resist. But just so you know, I spent $13.64 at Goodwill, and then I spent another, I think it was $11 or something like that at Hunt's Thrift, which is the two that we normally shop at. So, well, it wasn't Hunt's. This one was City Thrift. I did buy some things at City Thrift and Goodwill. I didn't buy anything at Hunt's. So this was a bag, Home of the Free because of the Brave. It's one of those recycled fabric bags. This is the Tunnel Towers Foundation on the back. I don't even know what they are, but I know it has to do with the firefighters and so forth. So paid 99 cents for it, brand new bag. I needed that because Goodwill, our Goodwills now, you have to have a bag with you to carry your merchandise, and I didn't bring a bag with me. I forgot that morning. And also, I'm not going to be able to hold this whole thing up. Let me get it up here so you can kind of see. It is a vest. It's a long vest. Let me get it turned around. And it's lace. And so it goes just about mid-calf. And it's very, very pretty. It's just a beautiful lace. It's a beautiful lace. And I think that was the most expensive item I picked up, and it was $5.99. I also picked up this, and this was at Goodwill for 99 cents, a brand new bandana for the garden. Look at the watermelons on there. Thought that was really, really cute, and y'all know I wear bandanas in my hair to kind of keep the sweat down when I'm outside, and then I wear it to keep my hair from falling into food as I'm cooking. So 99 cents, and it was originally $1.49, so I saved 50 cents. My neighbor is a beekeeper. There will be a beekeeping video coming up soon. He has invited me over to watch him work on the bees and agreed to let me film it. But I needed a white or light colored long sleeve button down shirt that I could wear. He's going to give me the headgear, and I found this one. And it's also brand new. It's still got the thing on it. It was $5.99 as well. And I got it big enough that my husband can wear it, so I can wear it for the bee thing, and then I can put it in his closet for him to wear. And it's just a really, really nice shirt, long sleeve dress shirt. I got these for the garden. They were brand new in the package, and I've already taken them out and used them, and paid $1.99 for these. They are sharp. So it's got this little button on the side, and you use them. I didn't have any of these. I had old scissors that I've been using out in the garden, and this will come in handy because it's small and I can put it in my pocket. I can also put a string on it and hang it around my neck. And I couldn't resist the aprons, y'all. My last two items. Let me get this turned around so you can see. It's blue gingham, and somebody has added lace to it, and it's just adorable. It is in a beautiful print, and I love it. Their aprons are $2.99 at this Goodwill. I know I have a tag on these somewhere, or I may have taken the tags off because I was going to wash them. Here's the tag. So $2.99 on this one. I know I removed the tag from one of them. And this one I just thought was really, really cute. I like the way it's made. It is made like a handkerchief, and it's lined, so I can flip it around if I need to. But it had that cute little "Who's coming to dinner" on it, and I thought that was just adorable. So it's shaped like a big square, and the sides are like that. So And it comes to a point at the bottom. So I thought that was really, really cute. And I may start making these aprons. I like this style. That was really, really cute. And it was also $2.99. So I haven't been doing my open collaborations much because I'm working so hard out in the garden, and canning season is here. Believe it or not, it's here. I'm still going to be doing freezer cleanouts because I've got food in there that I still need to can or dehydrate or use up. And I'm going to be doing the 1896 Fannie Farmer recipes because I can use all my fresh foods. Scratch cooking, y'all. Scratch cooking. I still am going to be doing the declutter challenges and the cleaning hacks because I now have a dog that I'm going to have to work around my house to make sure that she's going to be safe in case she is going blind. So we're going to be working on that as well. And y'all, be praying for us because this has been a time and a struggle for us this last few weeks. And I know that a lot of y'all have prayed when you knew that I had some health issues. I'm asking for prayers for our little dog. Pray for our well, that it doesn't break down again. Pray that my husband can do the work inside the house that needs to get done this year. We still have a greenhouse that we want to build, and I have an outdoor porch that I want to get built for the garden area so that I have a cool place to sit down and rest if I need to. Well, that's all I have for you today, folks. Thank you for watching, and may you be fully blessed.